DC, DC's 10-year plan. It's
Which one?
off. Yes, yes. The Okay, so a lot's happened with DC. First, we found out, okay, here's the thing we're bringing to San Diego Comic-Con. Then the next step was the investors call where, okay, we got a plan. And then after that came the quick, rapid succession bloodbath of we're canceling just about everything. Every TV show is either canceled or if they're in post-production, we'll air them, but they're not coming back. And they got the dude that was right there alongside Kevin Feige and Bob Iger, structuring the MCU and overseeing things. Okay, but the 10-year plan that they're talking about that starts can't really be into effect till at least 3 to 4 years from now because they haven't started work on any of it. So it's a 5-year plan. Let's be real. And
they have a 5-year plan for a 10-year plan. This is where we're at right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, we have a studio. We're oh, hey, investors, look, we have DC Studios. No, you don't. You haven't got anyone running it, so you haven't got a studio. It's like, oh, we're finding people. It's like, so you haven't got a studio. Like, you can't have a studio without the people running it.
Wait, is that why their stocks just tanked after all of the news that they had? So I was like, oof, because it's really weird.
If you want to take a punt on stocks, $15 a share. Last time I looked for Warner Brothers, ain't bad.
Mm-hmm.
It can only go. It can't go any lower. It can only go up.
Yeah, eventually. But yeah, it's really weird because they said we have a 10-year plan. I'm like, probably not. You probably are thinking of having a 10-year plan, and from what everyone's seen is that you're going back to square one with characters that kind of got damaged because you had the wrong person guiding the ship. Yep. So I for me anyway, I don't know how you're going to correct it if you can't get Superman right, how do you expect to get Wonder Woman and some of the other characters right?
Well, in fairness, that was totally different regime, right? That was AT&T Warner Brothers. Like, we're now under Discovery, like, who are going to try and start afresh. Like, that was then like this and that. I will give them like the start of the franchise. Like, if you're going to reboot Superman, cool, I will give you that movie and see where you go with it. But no, they're not gonna, as long as it's completely different to what they tried in the last decade. Like, this can't get any worse.
I won't give them the benefit of the doubt when it's like we're probably not gonna get that Static Shock movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're expecting a movie about someone that isn't white.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It's really sad to say that, but that's where we're at. And again, like they said in that thing, they want to focus on marquee brands that are $200 million plus that can deliver big box office hits. The thing is, Alan Horn should be more aware of this than anybody. The MCU is built on non-brand names. They didn't have a single big brand under them. And it took a Captain America and a Thor making barely $350 million the first time to get close to $1 billion a decade later. How do they expect to just go, well, you like Wonder Woman, therefore the next thing we announce has to be Wonder Woman? That's not how you do it. They're already starting off the 10-year plan with 3 steps backwards, no steps forward. It is.
They're starting it off the same way that Warner Brothers started it off with Man of Steel. So we just want that $1 billion hit.
Yep.
Like, oh, that made $1 billion. We can do it. We have Superman. Like, cool. No, that's not how this thing works. Like, their 10-year plan is like, you can tell it's all just a bunch of bull crap. It's like, oh, we're going to plan out 10 years. We're going to do Kevin Feige. We're going to do Marvel, blah, 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 but only with successful things. So you're never going to ever have a risk.
Yeah, like their 10-year plan is every movie is going to hit $1 billion because most of our characters are iconic.
Yeah, It's the same mistakes literally every studio has made in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
All over
and now, had they not canceled Batgirl, right? You put out Batgirl. Let's just say they go, guys, HBO Max is not a viable choice for us. But Batgirl will go to theaters and we're going to see what it does. I guarantee you that film could have at least made $250 to $300 million. Actually,
it would have made a profit.
it would have made more. I'm willing to bet on it. It would have made more than Shazam 1 because Batgirl and Michael Keaton as Batman are more well known.
Well,
Then you put Brendan Fraser in there in the marketing, and people love Brendan Fraser. It would have made more than Shazam. But they're gonna this year. You're putting out Shazam and Evil Shazam, and I want people to take note of Black Adam because The Rock, outside of the franchises he gets in on that are already big, does not kickstart franchises. His movies like Rampage and San Andreas, they do all right, but they're not billion-dollar franchises. So
he makes a profit. It's not the profit they want.
Exactly. I mean, like they had trust in that to the point to where was it Shazam 2 was it potentially getting moved to next year? So
in fairness, that's a smart choice. Throwing that thing against the wolf that is Avatar was not a good idea. Just like, oh, this is bad. And no one's gonna watch Shazam 2 anyway. No one saw the first one, for God's sake. The sequel's not gonna do any better. No.
And I understand they're trying to backbone off of Black Adam to hopefully promote Shazam 2. That ain't gonna work. Isn't
it supposed to be the opposite? where Black Adam was supposed to get promotion from Shazam because that's
but Black Adam is this massive character that deserves respect in its own movie to be built up on. And
no, he's still like Shazam's like only relevant villain, semi-relevant villain. So without each other, I don't know how people are going to equate Black Adam to Shazam if
there's lightning.
That's the thing. I have a friend who's he's all about DC. He loves DC, right? That's his thing. That's always been that he's grown up. Not Nick, but close enough, honestly, at this point. And
that's unfortunate.
Right, and he loves Shazam as a character. So me and him were talking. And I was like, "So Black Adam," and he was like, "I don't understand why The Rock is acting like Black Adam is like Doctor Doom or something." Because even to him, he was like, "I love Shazam, and I can tell you, Black Adam is not this magical character that's somehow been in the zeitgeist for so long that everybody loves him." It's like. Even he was like, back in the day, Black Adam was just like a jobber. I was like, yeah, he was. Like, he was almost a nobody. Like, they're trying to will into existence that Black Adam is literally like top 5 of all time. And it's not going to work.
Yeah, so and the whole thing with Superman as well, it's like he's fought Superman, twice?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like essentially they're banking on the hope that the casual audience doesn't know that and that they'll latch on to Black Adam because of The Rock, essentially.
Oh yeah, they're banking on the fact that Dwayne Johnson is literally just trying to speak this thing into existence, and people are going to believe what he says.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter how wrong he is about everything. It's like they're just going to believe him, and that's going to carry it.
Yeah. It's really, really confusing to me.
But the whole thing, my whole thing with. No, not just an individual movie, but the way they're going about everything. It's like they're saying they want a reboot and a reset. It's like, well, you literally brought into when they were rebooting. Flashpoint is your reboot point,
right?
You know, you had Batgirl, and there's going to be the Supergirl movie or whatever afterwards. Like, so why cancel it when they're already rebooting into it? You're canceling everything after the reboot. But you're not cancelling the movie that reboots everything with the star. It's really problematic.
It makes it even more confusing when last I checked, that Green Lantern series is still in development. It has not been canceled.
So but the movie has. Which funny enough was John Stewart. Who to guess
which is what you were saying is that unless you're Caucasian, most of your stuff is probably going to get thrown in the trash.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I know people are
sad about the person of color Batgirl movie being cancelled. He's Joker too.
Yeah,
he's an angry, sad white man with his the white woman. Like, yay!
Yeah, because I know people were like, "Who's going to be?" Most of them, of course, it's going to be Hal Jordan. And people was like, "No." Most fans like, "No, we'd rather have Jon Stewart than like Hal Jordan."
What's it? I can't remember who it is. It's Kyle Rayner or someone else.
It's not Kyle. Kyle was the fourth Lantern.
Yeah, but the show's doing like out of order stuff. I
Yeah.
can't remember if it is out of Scott and Carl Rayner as
Yeah,
the
I
two.
think it's Alan Scott was going to be like the first episode or first couple episodes. Then Kyle Rayner.
Guy Gardner, yeah. Carl, no, I got
Yeah.
too many damn Green Lanterns. I don't know.
Well, too many Earth Green Lanterns anyway.
That's the thing that people
all
miss.
I know is the show was about white Green Lanterns, and the movie was going to be the black guy. Like that's literally.
Oh man.
That was the way they were going to take it. Well, at least the way I heard anyway. So.
And the thing people miss, it's like they're like, oh no, we're still going to do the Green Lantern show. It's just taking a while, but they canceled the movie silently. That's what they, that's the thing. So you're getting something.
It's going to take them 10 years to clean this up.
It will, yeah.
And it's like, when does this 10-year plan start? Like
well,
you're saying you've got a 10-year plan. Well, what's the kickstart to it? Like,
it's
now plan with a movie. Like
it's so weird. Like because like for the longest time, people keep trying to make Hal Jordan a thing again, when most people know like Jon Stewart or Kyle Rayner or even Guy Gardner as Green Lantern more than Hal, because Hal was Silver Age, and most of the people that grew up from about 25 years ago don't really know him, no matter how many times DC tries to push him back into
the same like Flash, isn't it? Right? Didn't the Flash have that as well?
Yeah, where it was after a while it was Wally, and then they kind of incorporated some mannerisms and personality traits from Barry into Wally, and then Wally kind of blew up because of the show. And then now everyone thinks that Wally was the original one. No, he was the third one. So yeah, it's really weird how
DC continuity is a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people forget it's DC is a amalgamation of a lot of other companies just mashed together.
They bought them all out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wonder Woman wasn't there. Shazam wasn't there.
The Flash, Green Lantern.
Ooh, Shazam is making more than Superman. Can't have that.
We're gonna buy it and then just not do anything with it. That's a smart idea to do. Let's just spend money for no reason.
I mean, I'm just getting this whole sense of it's deja vu. It's deja vu. That's what it is here. We've been here before, and we're gonna keep being here.
We were literally here like 6 years ago, and then like 4 years ago.
And then there's still the people that are like, actually, if you just pay attention, this is all a ploy to bring back. Oh my God.
How deluded have you got to be?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. There's no way. No chance.
No chance. Hell.
It's like, again, when a documentary director had to ask, and they got the response back that no, the theatrical version is the original version. That gives you an idea of what Warner Brothers Discovery thinks of Snyderverse. So
right. Also, Walter Hamada getting death threats from the Snyder Cult fan base. Yes, exactly what they want. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, exactly what they want. They want to keep feeding into that. Like, yeah. To be fair, with how white DC is looking at the minute, it wouldn't surprise me if they do feed into it, because
that's sadly true. Sadly true.
It would even be hard to put Static. It's as one of the first movies to be released for the new universe, because he is essentially with the Dakotaverse. He is the most likely the part of the audience looking outward. So, because for the most part, he hears about these new heroes coming around and going around, and that he eventually teams up with them, which would be a very good way to introduce a lot of other characters into this new 10-year plan universe that they have. But looks like they're not going with that, because apparently colors don't sell.
Yeah.
It's too risky. Tristan. Can't do it.
Too risky. What do you think? Do you think the other companies do? Oh.
Right. We can't make a Static movie, because how else are we going to afford the $200 million for a Joker sequel? No.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
How else are we going to afford Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn? No, come on.
so disappointing. But hey, you know what? When they announce more about the 10-year plan, we'll talk about it 5 years from now. We'll still be saying the same thing we're saying now. Cool. Show me what you got. And when the first thing that fails out the door that doesn't meet their expectations, they go, we got to reassess the situation. We're back right here. So it's literally been the same thing over and over. Like, disappointed, but what are you
just
gonna
give me the Walter Hamada crisis movie that he was talking about? Like, just do that. Like,
exactly.
Come on now, it's right there. Just
that's what you need. Like okay, let's say this 10-year plan kicks off optimistically in 3 years because they start producing stuff by the end of the year. How do you explain the baggage that is everything Flash, Aquaman, Black Adam? No Superman. You literally don't have a Batman in your universe because he's. Oh my God, this thing is a cluster. It is a mess. The more you think about it, the more you realize nothing can be salvaged here. It's either make a straight reboot and make people care, or you're going to cherry pick and people aren't going to care because they know you're trying hard to mimic the thing that you failed to live up to.
What they need to do is take like 5 years off of DC movies.
Yeah.
Just don't make a DC anything for anything movie. Make a TV show or whatever. Don't make a single damn movie for 5 years. Just put your head down, get on with it, come out swinging.
That would help them. Like, it legit would help them, but you know they can't do it because now they've already told investors, hey, we got a 10-year plan. Like, that's literally all they said so they could try to salvage their stocks, and their stocks still tanked. So, like, people don't trust them. You literally saw that from the actual investors investing money when it just free fell. And how funny was it that during the investors call, they did not make the announcement that they're going to pull a bunch of HBO content and resell it to other people and outlets.
No,
and then literally the stock market closes. 3 hours later, the bloodbath starts. It was like, bro, what are you doing? It's everything they've done leaves a bad taste in my mouth. That's the best way to explain it. It's just,
I say like give it 5 years before you make anything else. Not just from the fact that I just don't want anything there. It's like if you reboot instantly and come back, no one's gonna get it.
Yep.
You gotta like take something away from people for people to want it. I can't remember what it's called, but like the separation anxiety or whatever. Just take it away and people will want it more.
How can you miss me if I never went away, right? Like, it's
exactly
yeah.
Spider-Man might be an exception for that point because it was clearly obviously a different version.
Right.
It's like, hey, here's this one actor, bang, he was in this. Hey, here's another one. It's 2 years later, but hey, here you go. You can clearly tell it's different.
They also tossed him right into the most popular franchise in the world. So it was like, there's acceptance, but no, not here. So look, when they announce something, we'll come back and talk about it. But for now, that's all we got to say. So run this in 3 years and it'll still be valid. That's what I'm saying. But
make sure to comment a lot. Give the engagement.
Yeah. Please do. Yes.